Drivers, are you risking missing out on easy, steady income on Uber Eats? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you need to give serious consideration to making some side money on Uber Eats right now. And let me caution you, I do have one thing that you must know. It will destroy your profitability. So more on that in a little bit. The very first reason, Uber Eats has brand recognition, and that's huge. So if you look at this chart, and I'll put it up on the screen for you, this is 2024 data. Clearly, DoorDash more than doubles the volume of Uber Eats. And then way below that, you can see Grubhub down there. So why does this chart matter? Think about this. If DoorDash is primarily the biggest food delivery company in America, which it is, maybe all or most of the drivers are on there. So if you're focusing primarily on Uber Eats, you very well could get far more orders because there's not as many drivers flooding the market. And I'm sure you've had experience with this already, wondering, where are the orders? Why is there such low pay? What's going on? And this would make sense if there's 1 million drivers out there and you're one of them, there's just not enough to go around. The second consideration with this is brand recognition. Uber Eats is a well-known company. And why is that? It's because they started with rideshare. Uber made their name with rideshare. And so customers naturally, they're conditioned to place orders for food on the same app they're already using. And of course, just like any marketing, you can see the Uber Eats bag there. They are known for their green and black label. It stands out, and really it gives a sense of comfort to people. When they walk, they can look at McDonald's, for example. They have a huge partnership. You can see the Uber Eats there on the door, and people know, oh, I can order from there very easily without any hassle or complication. So brand recognition is huge. Now, before I continue, just relax. Don't think that I'm a mole or a plant for Uber Eats and that they're paying me to shill their company. I don't start my shift trying to figure out which way the company headquarters is in San Francisco and then bowing down to the supreme leader, Dara. That would be just silly. No one does that kind of stuff. Instead, I share information with you that's helpful because I want to help you as the driver be the best food delivery, package delivery, and grocery delivery driver, especially on Uber Eats. So no, I am not a shill. I'm not paid by them. I mean, obviously, if they want to send me a check, that'd be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen, even if I was bowing down to Dara on a regular basis. Let's move on. Before I get on to the next reason that you should be with Uber Eats, let's say that it is slow in your area once you are on Uber Eats. What can you do? Naturally, we don't want to waste our time, so you should be on DoorDash. You should be on Grubhub because you might get more orders. Incidentally, I had a business owner tell me that there aren't many Grubhub drivers in this area, so I'm happy to be on Grubhub. I get plenty of orders with them. And obviously this could change in your area. Maybe DoorDash is really busy, but you're not going to know until you get on all the apps and see which one gives you the most profitable orders. The second reason that drivers should be on the Uber Eats app, if you're doing rideshare, that is a perfect fit. Anytime the rides are slow, you could do food delivery in the peak meal hours, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and obviously late night as well. This is a great thing. And when I did rideshare, I do understand sometimes drivers don't want the smell of food in the car in between passengers, but there is an easy way to take care of this. You can just roll down your windows, and ozone spray was pretty good, and I'm sure there's other air fresheners. That did not happen very often when I did that. And it was nice because basically I had a steady supply of orders and rides coming through. So this is a perfect fit. And then as a rideshare driver, if you're doing this, you already know when you're sitting in the car all day, that gets really hard on your body. So by doing food delivery orders and shopping orders, you have a chance to walk around, stretch your legs, and get some exercise. And I know it goes without saying, and this applies to food delivery drivers too. It is nice to get out of your vehicle. And I know when you get so many rides, and even for us with so many orders, it's hard to make time to go to the bathroom. So if you're already doing a food delivery order in a restaurant or a shopping order in a store, you have easy restroom access. And just to share a little secret here, I'm sure since we've been little kids, we haven't wet our pants. But when you're doing this kind of work, that's a severe risk. But don't tell anybody that I said that. But I'm sure you can identify with that as well. All right, the third reason that all drivers should be on Uber Eats. The app is very intuitive and simple to use. Now, when you get the offer, you can see the total pay. You can clearly see what kind of place it is. Is it a restaurant, food delivery, a business with package delivery, or a grocery store with the shopping order? It's very easy. But I will call, oh, and also it gives you the map from where you're picking up to dropping off and the distance. So you can really quickly, in that 20 or 30 seconds that you have to accept the offer, you can see basically the total picture. What I will caution you, that is not the case for follow-on orders. And this can be especially tough for new drivers. Experienced ones, yes. I understand your feedback before. Yes, if you have great experience, you can pick profitable orders, but that is really hard, especially when you're out driving and there's traffic and you need to pay attention. That can be a challenge. Overall, though, the app is simple. One other little free pro tip for you here. A lot of times recently, to cut down on fraud, Uber Eats wants a PIN number from the customer when you drop off the order. This can be really frustrating because in the past, I've assumed, oh, maybe the customer was stealing and the company got tired of it. But actually, I think now what they're doing is they're putting in things where the driver has to have a code when you pick up the food, and then also when you drop off the food to prove that you did drop it off. And so I don't know that the customer is necessarily requesting it. Here's a little pro tip for you. If the customer doesn't know what that 4-digit code is, it's the last 4 digits of their phone number. So just ask them this. It'll save you a lot of heartache, and you can get back on the road and do more offers. Also, you can use the Uber Eats app for the full scale of the delivery. Me personally, for years now, I've preferred to use Waze because it gets me around traffic and gets me where I'm going. But I will say I do switch over to the Uber Eats app near drop-off. And here's why. Over the years, they've made great improvements. So now you can see where the customer is and the drop-off location. Naturally, if it's in a house, it's going to be the same spot. But business areas, maybe the customer's somewhere else in a big building, and it just gives you visibility on where they are. So it's easier to meet up with them. Here's one vital thing you must not do if you want to stay in business. Don't accept every offer. That is foolish. You're putting your trust that Uber Eats is watching out for you as the driver. They're not. Even good old Dara. He doesn't care about you either. So if you accept every offer, you're going to be a slave to the company and not realize it. You're going to run up tons of miles on your car. You have to fix it and put gas in it. Your hourly wage is going to be low because there's many unprofitable orders. Sadly, I've seen some the offers as down as $1.50 base pay. That is crazy. You can't even turn on your car for that amount of money. We should be earning a good living, so don't accept every offer. Yeah, so they have gimmicks and programs, Uber Pro, Diamond, etc., etc. But if you look at other drivers out there that are at those levels, they're not getting that promised high pay all the time. They're getting plenty of no-tip orders, high mileage orders, and they have to take them if they want to keep that standing. So free yourself. Don't torture yourself like that. Please do food delivery smart. If you don't, you're the one that's going to suffer with low pay and a ton of vehicle repairs. But I mentioned profitable orders. That sounds easy, but how do you know how to pick profitable orders? I've got good news for you. I've made a video teaching you how to do food delivery profitably and safely. I'm sure you can imagine that is vital. So watch that video next, and I'll see you there.